be just who we are.
Hello, it is another week, which means we have another ride. Today, we're cycling along to Kaleigh Cohen's Hit the Road Jack. That's HIT spelt with 2 I's.
Here we come at last. The remember from a fire, like the echo of a choir. But some flames they never die, no, like a lightning crash. With the rage of the storm, with the ebb and the flow, with the wind when it blows. Can you hear the earth? You can't stop the takeover. We're ready for war. This is enough. So let's settle the score. You can't stop the takeover. And we're ready for war. This is enough. Feel the rush beneath the skin. Like a sunrise we begin. Awake, never sleep again. No, we won't close our eyes. Cause we can see the sand fall in the hourglass. Never running out of time, yeah, we gonna last. World change, hurricane, never gonna crash. A legend never dies.
So today's workout routine is a circuit meant for road biking fundamentals. We start with the warm-up here as we're doing. Next song is going to be hills, then sprints, and then a climb. We're going to take a short break, then redo the hills, sprint, climb again. And that would be it. On the lower left, you can see my cadence numbers and heart rate live. Cadence is for seeing how close I am with the tempo of the song.
We gonna shout it from the rooftop. We keep running and we can't stop. Hear the sound when the beat drop. This is an uproar. Here comes the uproar. So let's settle the score. You can't stop the takeover.
In terms of heart rate zones, we're basing it off a max of 194 here. Ideally in the warm-up, you're trying to get out of zone 1. And then by the second song, you want to probably be in zone 3 or get out of zone 3. Zone 4 is where we really work those high intensity intervals. Zone 5, you'll hit it at the peak of songs. I thought Dobermans were supposed to be scary and ferocious. I guess Cooper didn't get the memo. So this song is called Who We Are by One Way Ticket. We're doing hills to this song, which means first we go up a hard, slow climb. We have the resistance level all the way up.
Let's reach up for the stars.
So then after we climb the hill, we have a little bit of a flat part, and then that's when we go on the downhill sprint, which means we lower the resistance level and we spin at double time.
And it's your time I wanna in this world that's filled with sorrow. Yeah, we are, baby, who we are. Let's be just who we are.
This song has a BPM of 62. In terms of matching the tempo here, on the climb we're doing 8th notes, so we should be right in line with a 62 cadence. But on the sprints, the 8th notes go into 16th notes, so we double the cadence to 124. And here we're back on the climb, second set out of 3. You'll You'll have to excuse my singing, but you know, this is the cover song, so you know, I had to do it. Here, as an extension to the regular climb, sometimes we like to climb out of saddle and crank it up to the max resistance level. Getting ready to go here.
Let's reach up for the stars. Dream big up on the moon.
Tough climb, not too bad. Heart rate not too crazy yet. I think we're just in zone 3 now.
We're not guaranteed tomorrow, and it's your time I wanna borrow. In this world that's filled with sorrow, yeah, we are, baby, who we are. Let's be just who we are.
If you listen to the lyrics of this song, it's about being who you are. And to me, that means accepting who you are, no matter your sexuality, gender identity, whatnot. One of the hardest things that I've ever done in my life was try to be normal. And I realized what you're doing is you're just fighting with yourself. And if you fight with yourself, that's a fight you'll never, ever win, no matter how hard you try. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but just be who you are, be yourself. Don't try to pretend to be something that you're not, just to try to fit in. I've always had trouble coming to terms with who I was. It's a long story that involves, you know, hookers and Denny's. If you guys want to hear that story, let me know. I'll make a video about it. Okay, so getting into our second working song here. This song is called Search by NM. We're doing sprints, fast cadence, low resistance, 2 sets total. We have about 25 seconds until the beat drops, and that's when our first sprint is going to begin. Right now, we're just trying to recover from the previous song, spinning at whatever comfortable cadence we can. Build our speed up, and when the sprint starts, on the first set we're leading with our right foot. Here we go. So that sprint took us right into zone 4, the threshold zone. Heart rate's at 160 now. And yeah, so second set coming up. Taking a little bit of a rest here. Second set, we're going to be sprinting leading with the other leg. So we did right leg on the first set, and then the second set we're doing left leg. Here we go, build it up, build it up. 2, 1, 2, 3. Getting into the climbing portion of our circuit here, the song name is Like That by Jane and the Boy. And as a modification to regular climbs, we're trying something new for the first time called triplets. In a regular climb, you would go on a very heavy gear, slow cadence, as we know, and then you would climb out of saddle. In triplets though, after the out of saddle climb, we would spin above the beat. This hard, like 10 seconds or whatever that we go for, is about 1.5 times the regular climbing speed. And as you can see, my heart rate from just one triplet, we've entered VO2 max. They're tough because they're on the max level of resistance, 1.5 times the speed. Baby, can you handle it? Handle me. Do it like that, kiss it like that, making it last fast, bring it right back, wear it like that, move it like that, look it like, do it like that, kiss it like that. For those of you who are familiar with music, you know that triplets are 12th notes. Regular beat, we're going 8th notes on each pedal stroke. So 12th notes, 62 times 1.5 is 93. So that's why we need the 93 cadence during these triplets. Okay, so we're halfway through the workout, so let's take a bit of a recovery break here to talk about AIDS LifeCycle. This is a bike ride fundraiser that me and Rick are going to be riding in June this year. This bike ride is 7 days and it goes from San Francisco to Los Angeles. It's not an easy ride. We got about 6 hours of riding every day and there's some pretty tough hills in there. Each year, this ride gets about 2,500 cyclists, single file through the mountains. This ride is co-produced by the two main beneficiaries, the Los Angeles LGBT Center and the San Francisco AIDS Foundation. These organizations provide programs and services to help patients of HIV, as well as those who are more likely exposed to getting an HIV infection. So me and Rick have each committed to raise $5,000 to help these organizations. We're asking you to make a donation to help our cause. Here you can see how your dollars will be put to use by these organizations. These services are extremely important because, you know, when you get HIV or any kind of STI, it's natural to feel that it's your fault. And they provide a place to go to seek help. They make it so that you don't feel alone, especially the social programming aspect. You know, because of the stigma surrounding the disease, a lot of survivors of HIV find themselves really isolated. So, you know, all these services are very crucial. And by the way, all tax deductible, especially if you're a small business or large corporation looking to reduce your taxable income for the year. You can make an even bigger donation, which of course would be a bigger help to these organizations. So charities like this are a great way to pay less tax. We hope you'll consider helping us on our journey by visiting donate.neoandrick.com/neo to donate to my page or /Rick to donate to his. Everyday heroes make history, and together we can end AIDS. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the second half of the workout. Well, that was a much needed rest. So we're getting into our second half of our circuit here. This song is called Feel So Alive by NIGHTCAP. So again, hills for this song and then sprint and then climb to finish it out. The cadence for this would be 63 during the climb and then 126 during the sprint. Yeah, this workout was pretty tough because just non-stop sprinting back to back, and they're all over 120 cadence. I would definitely say the second half was harder because we're already so tired the first round of the circuit. So that's why we're not doing any crazy max resistance out of saddle climbs for this hill like we did for the last hill. These EDM songs are kind of perfect for hills because they have this slow thumping bass drive followed by this build up to the drop, you know? And then of course, when the beat finally drops, that's when you go all out and you sprint. Takes me back to my clubbing days when the smokes would go off in the room. Just gonna sprint it out to the end of the song here. Great way to get your heart rate going back up after that little halftime break. Our second sprint of the workout, and at this point I'm kind of dying here, pushing threshold in the heart rate zone. Anyway, this song is Mr. C137 by Basixx. So you could probably see me kind of bouncing up and down on my seat during those sprints, which means I'm probably not going to be sprinting at this low of a resistance anymore, because when you're bouncing, it really tells that your knees are just kind of spinning on nothing, and that's how they really get injured. These videos are for documenting my own training process for the AIDS LifeCycle ride. but I've left the songs all intact, full length. So feel free to ride along if you want to try this workout. If you want the beat map, you know, without me in it, let me know and I can link you the video. Okay, so last song, we just got out of a zone 5 heart rate from the previous song, and we're still sitting on zone 4 threshold. So yeah, we're almost there, we're pushing through. This song is called Out of the Shadows by Eira. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but it is a very powerful song. I mean, it's pretty much like a movie soundtrack. Anyway, Out of the Shadows, just continuing on from my previous philosophical spiel. You know, after accepting who you are, that allows you to really, you know, come out of the shadows, so to speak, and really, you know, live life the way you want to live it. So me personally, after accepting myself, it's really just like this cloud of shadows has been lifted off of you, and you know, every day I wake up and I'm the happiest I've ever been, which is something that I just didn't get to experience before when I was, you know, fighting with myself. So that was a fast and hard climb. The climax of the song is coming up soon, so I'll let you guys enjoy that. Next week, we'll do another ride, and Rick is going to be joining me on the bike. I'll see you soon.
We are out of the shadows.